to America.
For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
That's right. And all these men out here that's claiming to be hard or claiming that they tough guys or whatever, they gonna be like little sissies in those days. Why? Because yeah, you got your little 9, but what's a 9 to an AK-47? What's your hood mentality to somebody who's been in the military for the last 15 years training for this? That's what's really gonna come to America. That's what you're gonna see when the martial law and concentration camps and all this stuff comes to pass.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods.
That's right. Nobody's gonna have pity on nobody. It's gonna be a free-for-all. Whether it's your neighbor, I don't care. I'm gonna kick in your door and I'm gonna take what you got. Because everybody's gonna be going for themselves. It's gonna be all for one, or it's gonna be all for none and me for me. It's gonna give a good reason why. What's that reason?
Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
That's right, for the lack of bread. Anybody will kill anybody to get their next meal if they ain't ate in 7 days. And if you don't believe me, don't eat for 7 days and see somebody that got something and tell me you wouldn't kill him to get it. You'll prove it. Get on you, man. I'm telling you. But man, read that one time.
2 Ezra 15, verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
That's right, because they're going to be in those hard times. That's why they won't have no sympathy for you. They're just kicking you down, kill your kids, take what you got, and keep it moving. That's those times that's coming to us. That's why you got to be prepared. That's why you got to know what's going on. That's why you got to know the signs of the times. Can I get Isaiah 36? And I'm not just saying this just to be saying it. I'm saying this for your health. I'm saying this for the greater good.
Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time.
That's right. And so if you want to be stable in those times, you got to have that wisdom and knowledge. Not the wisdom and knowledge of the world, but the wisdom and knowledge of the Bible.
And strength of salvation.
That's right. So if you want to get salvation, if you want to be saved in those days, you got to have that wisdom and knowledge. Because if you don't, you're going to get caught up in everything that we just spoke on. The concentration camps, the martial law, the famine, the sword, the race wars, all that's coming.
The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
That's right. The fear of the Lord is going to be your treasure. So that you can, Lord willing, that you'll be able to get those things that you laid aside in the kingdom. Overall, you gotta know that all these things is coming. You gotta be circumspect. That's basically the gist of what I wanted to say today.
Because, you know, ultimately America's going to be destroyed. All right? Everything the brother was going over is you know, this destruction is going to take place. It's going to happen. So, matter of fact, give me Ezekiel. Ezekiel, based off what the prophet was saying. Ezekiel chapter 2. Chapter 1, chapter 1, verse 10. Start at 10? Yeah, Leviticus chapter 8. Let's slide this to 20.
Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 8. But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house.
Yeah, ultimately, it's, don't rebel, which our people are doing. You know, go ahead.
Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee.
Eat what? Eat the body. All right? Because you may ask, you hear about the famine, the race war, the martial law, World War III. You might hear about the thing and say, what can I do? You're supposed to eat this Bible, man, which means consume it. All right? Not just read it for face value, you're supposed to consume it, live it. All right, go ahead.
And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein.
Which is the Bible, go ahead.
And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and therein were written, and there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe.
Yeah, lamentations, mourning, and woe, which is not good things. The Bible is a prophetic book that warns you about bad things to come. So if you live by the Bible, you'll be prepared for these bad things to come through faith. All right? Because you hear about martial law, you hear about Esau's ability, and you may ask, well, how am I avoid the chip? Carnally, there is no way. They got heat seekers, they got satellite dishes, they have all kinds of things that can track you down. All right? When the famine hits, they're in control of the food. That little garden in your backyard ain't gonna work. All right? So the brother said they can shut the city down in 30 minutes. Don't you think that food you're hoarding and that backyard lake that you making, you don't think they gonna control that?
Right, if I can speak on it, through that NRP Act, anything that you got is theirs anyway.
Yeah, they can make it a government, they can seize it as government property, basically. They can take a library, make it city hall, a military base, you can take your house and make it a cot. Kick your ass out in the backyard or put you in a concentration camp, all right? But the point is, the Bible, the prophecies of this Bible, it's bad. It's bad for you wicked niggas. You know, it's bad for the heathen and it's bad for the wicked Israelites. And that's what the prophecies are good for when you hear about that church, about that salvation, that blessing. That's for the elect of Israel. All right? So give me that Isaiah 41 and 8. Because ultimately all this is for Israel. All these good things, the salvation, the Lord coming back, it's all for the Israelites, man. Which are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Alright? Go ahead.
Isaiah 41, verse 8. But thou, Israel, art my servant.
Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the people on the side right here, man, is the Lord's servant. Go ahead.
Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend.
The seed, not the spirit, but the seed of Abraham. So you can't be no spiritual Israelite trying to escape this rapture, man. It's all about Israel. No, so what? If you're not an Israelite, so what? There's nothing you can do about it. It's how the Lord set it up. Go ahead.
Thou, whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away.
Yeah, the Most High chosen, and He has not cast us away. So there is no Gentiles as a non-Israelite coming in, because He didn't cast us away. So therefore, the same situation happened. It's the same scenario. All right? The Lord's dealing with Israelites, man. All right? Get more of that. All right, give me
23, verse 2. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord.
There you go. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Who is the father of the Israelites? The Most High. Well, when you read in the Old Testament and in the New Testament, the God of who? The God of Israel, man. So if you're not an Israelite, basically the Most High is not your father through the Spirit. All right. Now the Most High created all spirits, so He's the father of all spirits. But His chosen spiritual genealogy, His chosen line is the Israelites through the flesh. So if you're not an Israelite, it's not for you. This Bible is not for you. All right. So there's no way that you can. When you hear about this rapture, if you're a Moabite and you're watching this video, you're Chinese, Japanese, you're African, you're not gonna make it, man. All right. And if you're a Jake and you're mad because we're telling you that only Israelites are making you mad, the Bible, because the Bible is saying that, man. It says it plainly. Go ahead.
Even to his 10th generation.
Even to his 10th generation. Go ahead.
Shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord.
Read that again. Read it all the way through.
Deuteronomy 23 and 2. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord.
Yeah, that 10th generation is not saying at that point then bastards are gonna be let in. It's a figure of speech. It's saying even all the way down the line, a bastard, a non-Israelite is going to enter into the kingdom. All right? So I don't know where you get this. A heathen can enter into our congregation, man. It's not meant for them. Spiritually, they're not going to get this. Then that's how the Most High created them. All right? You got something?
St. John 4 and 21.
Start at,
St. John 4 and 19. The woman said unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet.
Yeah, her argument was basically bastards could get into the kingdom. All right, go ahead.
Our fathers worship in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship.
Yeah, so basically she's saying, well, I serve the Lord too, you know. Heathens, bastards serve the Lord too. So basically she's trying to say a bastard could enter into the kingdom. Go ahead.
Yahushua saith unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour...
In red letters, Christ said, woman, believe me, what?
The hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem
right now nor in the future, go ahead,
worship the Father.
That these heathens is not going to be entered. So ain't no, the Gentiles, meaning foreign Israelites, ain't no African going to be into this kingdom, man. They're going to be servants. Why? Because we're on top. We're meant to be on top. The reason why we're not on top is because we're not keeping them commandments. But at the end of the day, it's about Israel, man. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And the Lord told her that to our face. Y'all acting like the Lord dealt with everybody. The Lord didn't deal with everybody. The Lord called a woman a dog because she wasn't a part of that congregation. So how you gonna act like the Lord walked around healing everybody? The Lord ignored some, there was a situation where the Lord ignored the woman, man. All right?
St. John 4:22. Ye worship, ye know not what.
Yeah. You got Africans, especially in this kingdom, because this is Roman and reincarnation. Alright? So they're doing the same thing Rome was doing. They're doing the same thing. You got Africans